Dear students, in this video lecture, we'll talk about the generation of rotating magnetic field as well as the working of three-phase induction motor. Rotating magnetic field is one of the most important parameter in case of induction motor. Usually when three-phase supply is given to the three windings of the stator, the three different fluxes will be produced in the three respective windings. The assumed positive directions of the fluxes are as shown in the equations. The equations for these three fluxes are pi r is equal to pi m sin omega t, pi y is equal to pi m sin omega t minus 120 degree, pi b is equal to pi m sin omega t minus 240 degree. So by observing these equations, we can realize that the flux which is produced in each winding, in three different windings R, Y, B, all are placed 120 degree apart from each other. The resultant flux that pi r of these three fluxes at any instant is given by the vector sum of individual fluxes pi r, pi y and pi b. So resultant flux can be find out by taking the vector sum of these three individual fluxes. But what we can imagine here is, as these three stator windings are separated by 120 degree, the flux produced by them is also 120 degree apart from each other. So from the above analysis, we can say that as the omega t varies from 0 to 360 degree, the resultant flux also rotates with the same angular velocity omega, having a constant magnitude of 1.5 pi m. So whenever three-phase supply is given to the stator windings of three-phase induction motor, a rotating magnetic field of constant magnitude and rotating with synchronous speed will be produced. I repeat the sentence. When three-phase supply is given to the stator windings of three-phase induction motor, a rotating magnetic field of constant magnitude which is rotating with the synchronous speed will be produced. That synchronous speed is defined as Ns is equal to 120 F by P. So where F is the supply frequency, P is the number of poles in the stator winding. Let us glance about the principle of operation of the three-phase induction motor. When three-phase supply is given to the three-phase stator winding, a magnetic field of constant magnitude of 1.5 pi m and rotating with a synchronous speed ns will be produced. The same field links with the rotor conductors, then these rotor conductors cuts the magnetic field and same EMF will be induced in these rotor conductors in accordance with Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. The direction of this particular induced EMF always opposes the cause of it, that is the relative speed between the rotating magnetic field and the static rotor. As the rotor conductors are short circuited, as we have seen in the construction, in case of squirrel cage motor, both sides the rotors are short circuited. The induced EMF sets up a current in the rotor conductor in such a direction so as to produce the torque, which also rotates the rotor in the same direction as the magnetic field, so that relative speed also decreases. The speed of the rotor gradually increases and tries to catch up the speed of the rotating magnetic field, but never it happens. It fails to reach the synchronous speed because if it catches the speed of the magnetic field, the relative speed becomes the zero. Hence, no EMF will be induced in the rotor conductor. Once again, I repeat this sentence, very important condition. The speed of the rotor gradually starts increasing and it tries to keep the speed of the rotating magnetic field, but never it reaches that because it fails to reach the synchronous speed, because if it catches the speed of the synchronous magnetic field, the relative speed becomes the zero. There is no EMF will be induced in the rotor conductor. The torque becomes zero, hence the rotor will not be able to catch up the speed of the magnetic field, but always rotates at a speed slightly less than the synchronous speed. Therefore, that slip speed is given by ns minus n. Ns is the synchronous speed, n is the rotor speed. This is the working principle of synchronous. We can study the working principle of the induction motor by studying this. Already we observed this in the previous video lecture. So this is the yoke part, outside stator part. These are the stator conductors which are placed in that. Three-phase supply is given to this, and this is your rotor, this is your shaft, and small air gap will be given in between the stator and rotor. So as we already discussed, the difference between the synchronous speed ns of the magnetic field and the actual speed of the rotor n is called as the slip speed. This slip speed can be represented as ns minus n. The slip of an induction motor is also defined as the ratio of the slip speed to the synchronous speed. How you define the slip speed? It is ns minus n, then the synchronous speed is ns. So the equation of slip speed is represented as ns minus n divided by ns. That is very important equation as far as the numericals of the induction motors are considered. When this slip becomes unity, the rotor speed will be 0. Can you imagine this sentence? When the slip becomes unity, when slip becomes 1, see this equation, ns minus n minus ns. If n is the rotor speed, if that rotor speed becomes 0, then in the numerator only we get ns, in the denominator also we have the ns divided by ns is equal to 1. The slip will become the unity. When slip will become the unity, the rotor speed is 100% 0. That's why the slip becomes unity, the rotor speed will be 0. Let us talk the expression for the frequency of the rotor current. So when the rotor is in stationary, the frequency of the rotor current is same as the supply frequency. But what happens when the rotor starts rotating, this frequency parameter depends on the relative speed or the slip speed. So at any speed, the frequency of the rotor current is represented as ns minus n is equal to 120 fs by p. That is the first equation, and the synchronous speed equation ns is equal to 120 f by p is the second equation. If we divide equation number 1 by 2, then what happens? This side ns minus n divided by ns, this side 120 fs divided by p divided by 120 f by p. So both side p get cancels, 120 get cancels. So this side ns minus n divided by ns is the slip s. So in the numerator, in the denominator we get s, we get f, that will be shifted that side. So we get fs or fr is equal to sf. This is the synchronous speed. So in this video lecture, we tries to understand what is the effect of rotating magnetic field, and what is the working principle of three-phase induction motor, and at what way the slip speed will be dependent on the rotor speed, and when rotor speed becomes 0, what will happen to the slip speed, and how you would define the slip, what is slip, and how you need to identify the synchronous speed, what is the relation between the synchronous speed and the rotor speed. Those all things we observed in this video lecture. In the next video lecture, we'll try to study what is the role of starters in case of three-phase induction motor, and some numericals also we'll try to solve in the next video lecture. Thank you.